My health update. Actually, I'm doing better. Might not look like it right now because I've been crying. But my ear is getting better. Actually, this side hurts now more than this side, and usually this side hurts a lot. So, I think that means this side, which had the most severe pain, when it was at the worst, it felt like an ice pick in my ear. Like, literally. I'm not exaggerating. It literally felt like there's an ice pick in my ear for months on end. And I didn't go see the doctor because I've had ear infections my whole life, and they always just prescribe fucking antibiotics, and it always just comes back. And the antibiotics just make me sicker and weaker. Anyways, people don't understand my doctor dilemma, but I've had to see the doctor about a lot of different things in my life, and they haven't helped. They just have been rude to me and condescending and treat me like I don't know anything about myself, and it's really frustrating. It's really hard when you choose a natural healing path and no one supports you because they think if you were telling the truth about your pain, about what you're going through, that you would just see a regular doctor. I guess they just don't understand what it's like to be tortured by people in lab coats. I guess they just don't get it. I've been so lonely and upset lately. And my emotional pain just makes my physical pain worse, and it makes it harder for me to stretch and do the things I need to do to take care of myself because I'm just so fucking lonely all the time. I was unpopular in high school. My parents rejected me after all this shit I've been through. They think I'm a crack whore or something. I feel like a crack whore fucking crying on YouTube, but I'm not. I work really hard. And I've never done crack ever in my whole life. I use herb for pain relief, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad for you. And so many people judge me for that, but hey, my vertebrae was fucking rotate out of alignment. I can feel where it's not in alignment. It goes this way and that way and this way. It's really bad. My ribs, I can feel where they're really just fucked up. It's gnarly. And I need to get off Instagram because I just keep looking at all these people who are more healthy and fit than me. So we're fucking sat on and strangled. And all my choices haven't been supported since then. What am I supposed to do about the pain? Just be on opiates? It's a slow death. I don't want to be some opiate addict. I hate opiates. I hate the way they make me feel. They make me feel itchy. They make me feel gross. So I don't want to be on that. I feel like that's the only acceptable thing. But I don't do that. I've never done that, and also, when I told my parents that I think that my step-grandpa, the one on my mom's side, fucking sexually abused me, they act like I'm just making excuses for not being successful. I get so angry at all these people who act like people who are injured just need to have a better attitude, and that only that alone will make you better. I've pretended I'm not injured so many times and just put on a happy face for people, and a lot of times that's why people don't believe me, is because I I fake it and I just act like I'm fine when I'm not. And I'm like enduring it. And then people wonder why I'm so awkward and so fake in person and like kind of stiff. It's because I'm in pain and I'm not showing, I'm not expressing, because I'm just trying to be positive for people. Because then they act like, oh, you're just a negative person. You're just thinking too many negative thoughts. That's your problem in life. That's basically what my mother told me. She also told me when I'm 27 years old how I'm supposed to be sexual. I told her I'm not a feminist, and then she said, well, whatever you do, just don't get into BDSM. You're not allowed to do that or whatever. Like, I'm like, what the? If I'm into what I should be allowed to be into whatever I want to be into, you know? Like, I shouldn't be made to feel like I have to, like, shower in front of her in my 20s to prove to her I'm not, like, getting bruises on my butt, like, with consent. If I was allowed to just fucking be feminine, to just, like, be a woman in my teen years, then, like, I could have avoided all this shit. But no, I had to go to college, like, put my career above wanting to have a family. And so I was just with, like, some loser asshole who would kind of be just, like, a side person, and my school would be, like, the main focus in my life. I didn't feel like I could be with, like, someone who was really serious about when I have to make them, like, second or third priority, you know? So that makes you not want to be with, like, the best. And also, I wasn't taught that I'm weaker than males. I mean, he's about the same size as me in height. I thought that we're equivalent. It just isn't fair. It's not fair to be treated like you're stupid for wanting to be feminine. Whatever. Going through a really big low point, like, I don't really even know how to make friends. I'm sure crying on YouTube isn't the way, but I just don't know. I guess I haven't been able to cultivate myself enough as a person to be attractive or interesting to people, and then also I'm just such a free thinker that, like, I could easily belong to a lot of different groups, but I just don't, because I just can't think like them, you know? I don't get along with a lot of vegans because I'm pro-life, and I don't get along with people just based on one thing. You know, people are not cool in this world. And I don't know why I'm expecting putting myself out there like this is gonna get anything good off of it. People will probably just be like, oh yeah, she's crazy. But, I mean, life has been rough. And people are denying that I was sexually abused because it's disguised as tickling. And that's just like, I mean, my mom didn't deny it, but there's other reasons why I'm not talking to her. She's like trying to be like telling me how I can be sexual when I'm 27, acting like I've never even heard of like 50 Shades of Grey or anything. Like, I don't live under a rock. I can do what I want. You know, and like, I told my dad that my step-grandpa sexually abused me and disguised that as tickling, and his response to that was just like, oh, I always thought he was a nice guy. Like, he was withholding the empathy. I could feel it was like, I don't know if you're telling the truth, kind of. like, you were there, actually, witnessing the whole thing. So was my mother. If somebody were to be tickling my kids until they're, like, about to pee their fucking pants, they're crying for you to stop, well, I wouldn't even let it get to that point, you know? We tickle our kids for, like, 3 seconds, and then they run away, and we stop. Like, we're not gonna sit them there, hold them down, and be like, me, 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 like, all up in their armpits, and all over their torso, and then, like, I would never do that, and I would never let anyone else do that. But that was, like, allowed to be done to me every single time I went to this family party when I was a certain age, and then it stopped. When I was a certain age, it stopped. But, like, I don't know why being 4 or 5 years old makes it okay for an older man to touch me all over my body, just so long as it's tickle torture, and chase me down and dominate me and make me feel like a little, prey animal, basically. Like, and I remember him holding me against his chest and rocking me like this when he, like, caught me. It was so weird. He's really, like, delirious and, like, fucking, like, it's just, like, odd. Like, what? Why would you even what? How is that appropriate? I don't get it. If I saw that, I would think, wow, that man is acting really inappropriate towards those children, and, like, he needs to not tickle torture. Like, torture and a little girl, I don't know. It's not appropriate. And I feel sad that I wasn't valued enough to be like, hey, stop that, cut that out. She doesn't like it. Leave her alone. Yeah, is it really that hard? And then, like, nobody really gives a fuck. Is like, other people have been abused. I'm not the only one, and I don't want to pretend. I'm not pretending to be the only fucking person on the planet who's been abused. I feel like us white girls, especially blonde-haired, blue-eyed, light-skinned girls, it's like we're not allowed to have emotions. You're just a fucking Barbie doll, especially if you're somewhat pretty. Then you're just like, you're not supposed to have any issues. And if you do, you're a crybaby, whiny bitch who needs to check her privilege and shit. Like, I'm not supposed to talk about tickle torture, sexual abuse, because other people have actually been sexually abused or something like that. It's like, well, sexual abuse can be just disguised in all kinds of different ways, and just because I was being tickled simultaneously doesn't make it any less. Touching someone when they don't want to be touched is touching someone when they don't want to be touched. At least I didn't, starve as a child or something like that, I guess I should thank my lucky stars for that and just be happy and, like, But yeah, when you get pissed off at people and you just don't want to talk to them, it's like, it's hard to deal with. Anyway, I don't see counselors because I don't know what the hell they're going to be like. A lot of people are assholes in this world, and, like, I'm sure, there might be some assholes in the comments here, but at least there might be some cool people. Who knows? Who knows? Right. I just want to be happy. I just want to farm. I just want a simple, happy life. I don't really want much. Peace.